We know that when you're an agent, you're living in your world, you're getting things done, and we think about you literally every day and how we can serve you better. And then there's once a month where we get to come together, and I would love for it to be once a week someday, but once a month we come together and we take a look at what agents have achieved in our community and we celebrate them. We want to get better at that, as a matter of fact. It's a top priority that Brett has charged me with. And so my creative ideas are flowing to really let you know how much we appreciate and acknowledge the work that you do. So we're going to start off with this recognition, taking a look back at August, and we're going to start with our top achievers. So Kevin, let's go back and forth. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to let you do the August 2025 top achievers, and there have been some big ones. So let's take a quick look at that.
First of all, shout out to David Wynn. David's been in our community for a short season and he has written his first business with annuity.com. And he didn't write just one policy, he wrote three. So he didn't just kind of sneak in the back door and say, "Hi, I'm here." He kicked in the front door and said, "Honey, I'm home." So David Wynn has written his first business as a member of our annuity.com agent community.
Congratulations, David. And we see this as such an important marker for us when an agent comes on board with us that they have success here. And so, this idea of looking at agents who are bringing business to annuity.com for the first time is a really big deal. Congratulations. Okay, next up.
These are the shakers and the movers. Look at some of these numbers for just the month of August. Holy smokes. John Stevenson did over 4 million in August. Tim Davis, 1,019,000. Roy, 878. Donna, 775. Steve, 518. Steve Carrillo, 517. Hang on, people are knocking on the door. There we go. Angelique, quiet, shy. She's not shy. She's just quiet. And here she is doing $400,000 worth of business in August. That's great, Angelique. Al, 368. Ali El Sayed, 350. And Olivier, he lives not far from us, Milan in San Francisco.
Oh,
Did 200
nice.
did 260,000. So those are the
Awesome.
top 10 for August. Shout out to you all. Thank you for the difference you're making in the lives of these people, the people that these numbers represent. That's great, great month. Good job.
And one thing we don't have here, and I know Al's here, there's definitely names in this top 10 that are here every month. They're in that top 10 consistently producing, consistently serving their clients every single month. I know Al's one of them, and many of the others are as well. So congratulations. Okay, most policies written in August. I had to double check these numbers to be honest, because we've never had numbers quite this high before. But John Stevenson had 22 policies written. I hope he's getting some sleep in the midst of all of that. But he definitely must have, constant flow of conversations going on. Roy Snar with 11, and right behind him in the same office is Garrett Burrow with 10. So congratulations, you guys. Okay, I'm not sure if we had promotions. We can talk a little bit about promotions, Kevin, and talk about kind of how we look at this production. But we definitely have people who are producing in these areas. So why don't you talk about the Shareholders Club?
Well, for those of you who are new to our community, we have titles assigned to the different thresholds of personal production that qualify agents to receive stock awards. The first is what we call the Shareholders Club. Those are individuals who have done $1 million or more in personal production. And the current members of this club are Ali Al Saeed, Barry Goldwater, Dustin Settle, Garrett Burrow, Steve Kirby, Kenneth Horton. And there are some that are knocking on the door. I expect that our
Yeah.
October recognition will have new members into this club. But congratulations to these folks. They're all owners in the company. So that's
And the
great
cool thing
news.
is, Kevin, they're some of the, they're in their anniversary year of earning their stock. And as you'll see in a minute or two, some of them are now stepping into their second year. So
And
at the Equity Alliance level, which is achieving 3 million in personal production and receiving 5,000 additional stock, is Pete Fournier. So congratulations, Pete, for being in the
actually,
Equity.
slight correction, it's 4,000 for a total of 5.
Sorry, correct. So it's a total of five. They've reached that threshold. It's one plus four. Now they're at five. Thank you for the correction, Kevin. I'll let you do this one, Kev.
Okay, and then we've got the Pinnacle Producer Group. These are individuals who have written 5 million. Hang on, folks are knocking on the door. 5 million in personal production in their anniversary year. And if you take a look, John Stevenson is a two-time Pinnacle producer. That means that in the 17 months that we have offered this recognition and compensation associated with it, John has achieved this twice. What does that mean? It means that John has $30,000 worth of stock.
Hmm.
Okay. Also in the Pinnacle Producer Group is Steve Dibwad, who has two times achieved the shareholder club level and on his way to the next. Al Martinez has reached this group. Congratulations, Al. Donna McElroy, she is the make it happen female gender of our community so far. Roy Snar and Tim Davis. These folks, and many of them are already knocking on the door of the
Right.
second round of these kinds of recognitions. So we shout out to you all for this achievement and celebrate the massive amount of work that you do to make this happen.
Awesome. Congratulations, everyone. So let's look at our top 10s for the year. And we're going to start with this top 10. I'll do this and then I'll turn it over to Kevin. So, no surprise, John is kind of in this production mode, doing so well as building his team. So, John is so far at 16, almost 16.5 million for the year. He's a big goal setter, by the way. If you've ever met him or talked to him, he's a great resource. Look at where Al is, second to the top. So that's what I'm saying. Al is always in that top 10 every month, and it's no surprise he's at number two. Matthew O at 5,000,003, Roy Snar just over 5 million, Tim Davis 3.750 million, Donna McElroy over 3 million, Pete Fournier almost at 3 million, Steve Dibwad just over 2 million, Kenneth Horton over the mark of 1 million, and there is Ollie Al-Sayed. Congratulations, Ollie. I'm not sure, this might be your first time on this top 10 list. So congratulations at over 1 million as well. What a year. And I know there's a lot coming up the ranks here too. So now we like to talk about our agency builders, and we've seen agency growth like you can't even believe in August and September as well. So I'm going to let you talk about this one, Kevin.
I'm just going to let the slide show itself. Chris
That's a real
Harding.
number,
Chris
56.
Harding added 56 members to his team personally in the month of August. 56. Let that shake in for a little bit. That's some serious shaking and moving going on.
Can
So
you
we
imagine
give
if it was a physical office, Kevin? He would probably have to go get a bigger building at this point. But
Chris would
luckily, it's
have to
not.
rent.
It's Yeah, it's across the country, working out of their own offices and a part of the Harding team. So congratulations, Chris.
56.
Wow.
Yikes.
And he's at it again for September. So go ahead, Kev. Let's finish up.
The top five when it comes to agency builder, meaning individuals who are building virtual agency, tapping into that opportunity for income and building a long-term residual opportunity for themselves. Number one was Chris. Number two, Rodell Razor. Number three, Brian Beavers. Number four, I actually did some work in August. Number five, Steve Kirby. And then there are a list of other agents who also contributed to the growth of their individual teams. We wanted to shout out to them. Janet Saunders, Nicole Davis, Anthony Casper, Kenneth Bretches, Ryan Mitchell, Steve Carrillo, Brady Blake. All these folks were adding members to their virtual agency team in August. So
And I think,
congratulations to all of you.
yeah, I think that's probably the most explosive agency growth we've seen so far. And even new agents who are coming on board are bringing agents in. So some of the agents you see on this builder list have actually been with us just a very short period of time and are already building an agency. So I'm excited about that. And what we're seeing in August and September is looking crazy, crazy good as well. And that's why it's so exciting now to turn it over to our CEO, Brett Blake, who I know he's like, oh, I'm so glad that those who are attending today are hearing this live from me. We are recording it, but Brett's got a lot on his plate to share with you. So I'll turn it over to him.
That's great. Thank you, Milan. Thank you, Kevin. I love it when we get a chance to celebrate. Steve Krill is with us today. He's the managing director of sales for the company. And Steve, you want to chime in? Is there anything you want to add now or later? Feel free to plug in. I just want to recognize you and all you're doing. Grateful that you're here.
No, a lot of stuff cooking. We just
Right.
opened a Hawaii. We just opened Hawaii up last week. We had 12 hires this week.
New
We had
agents.
a
We don't hire, Steve.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Bad. We sponsored 12 new people yesterday. We have about 30 more that are pending. And yeah, it's pretty fantastic. Very, very eager, very excitable, willing to learn, and a lot of prospects. So it's just really exciting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I there's a lot I want to say. We talk a lot about being owners at annuity.com, and that's I think our hope is that all of you will become owners. I just want to give you a sense because we're a private company, it's hard to give you a sense of valuation in the stock as we move forward. But we have had some work that was done by an investment bank in New York, and we got some research back on our company value, which I just wanted to pass along to you. And the value of a company in our stage is usually it's done by comparables. So they give you a range of comparables in the space, and what you're worth is what people are willing to pay for you. Um, but they're valuing our shares somewhere between $6 and $9 a share. That's up pretty significantly from a year ago when we were raising money at $1 a share, which means this, that you saw on here several individuals who capped the company. They earned $15,000 in shares, which happened to be 15,000 shares because they received those at $1 a share. That equity they earn is valued now at $90,000 to $135,000. So you talk about, I know there's been some conversations about, hey, well, I'm giving up a little money in the $5 million range. I didn't get a deal. I could have got a deal with this company, or I could have got leads in this company. But I promise that none of the deals they would have gotten for that $5 million in production would have given them more than $135,000 in additional um, uh, earnings. And they're not earnings yet. They can't turn that into cash. But we believe that those shares will be worth much, much more than that in the coming
Yeah.
months. So if you look at Steve Dibwad and John Stevenson, who have two tranches now, both of 15,000, they in less than 18 months have earned over 180,000 to $270,000 in stock value just as a result of being owners. This is the power of having equity. Equity grows on the work of all of us and as we move forward. And our goal is to get all of you to have shares that are growing in value and eventually become worth a lot more as the company continues to grow. Now, I want to make sure I give you some value since you spent your time with this. By the way, if you're with us for the first time, we welcome you. We have a lot of new agents. We have gone from just around 300 agents in June to we're knocking on the door of 500. I think we're at 496 or something like that $4.95. This call on when the third Tuesday of every month ought to be on your calendar. You should just schedule around it because this is our opportunity to recognize your success. And I'm going to recognize your presence by giving you an update and the opportunity to ask any questions you want to ask. So here's our agenda. I want to talk to you a little bit about how you stay connected. I want to talk about Big Mo, some strategic shifts we've made and how it's paying off. I want to talk to you about how we plan on making a millionaire out of one of you, and then open the conversation for questions and answers. First of all, for those of you who are new, you ought to understand that all of the email services, Yahoo, MSN, Gmail, have changed their algorithms to make it more and more difficult for companies to send emails to you. So more and more, if you want emails from somebody you haven't received email from in the past, you need to find an email and make sure you train your agent, your email service, to recognize and accept those emails. So you're going to receive emails from us every week. Sunday, you're going to get an email from Agent Events at annuity.com. This is it on the right. It's going to tell you about all of the events we have every week. And this list just gets longer and longer. Right, it used to be like one event. Now we have so many events trying to pack in there. You're going to get SMS text messages from us from time to time. You're hopefully checking your agent dashboard. You need to be checking into that dashboard. You should be using that every single day. That's app.annuity.com and logging in. And you're going to see new resources that are being posted there, and you're going to get a list of events. You're going to see a calendar. You're going to see how many contacts you have, and we're going to show you that versus the average agent. And we hope you won't be average. If you want to build above average business, you need to have above average number of contacts. We also want you to come to this call every third Tuesday. This is called the Agent Advantage. We call it that because those agents who attend have an advantage over those agents who don't. Because they get insight and information that will help them. So stay connected with us as we move forward. You're going to get more from us, not less, in the future. I'm excited to say that momentum has happened, and that rock is rolling down the hill, coming straight at us, and we're responding to it and happily to do that. We had 98 new agents in the month of August. We're seeing continued strong growth in the month of September. That gave us a total of 491 total agents as the end of August, up from 300 in June. Now, just so you know, many of the large IMOs that you know of, that you came from, their total number of agents is less than 400. This is a big number in this space. This makes us one of the larger IMOs already, and we've only been at this for 17 months. We've had a sellout in our seminar training events that are being held in Austin. We've had to reschedule, and we've had to find ways to add more spaces to those because it's sold out for the rest of the year. So the demand in our seminar business has increased. And by the way, the number of agents does not include seminar agents. We have 19 total agents who are now owners in the company, and we hope that that number will continue to grow dramatically. We have 69 unlicensed agents. 15 of them are in pre-licensed training courses now. And we've hit over $1 million in production over the last 12 months. So we've got momentum. Things are moving in the right direction. Part of that is due to a strategic shift that I mentioned to you in our last call, but I want to articulate it again for those of you who are new. If you look at the pure statistics, we have a record number of retirees, 10 to 11,000 every day. We have an $80 trillion gap between what's needed to retire and what's available in retirement funds for our retirees. And when actually provided all the information, 54% of consumers say they will purchase an annuity. Only 12% have purchased an annuity. That means that's a $2.3 trillion annual opportunity. and yet the industry's only grown by 98% since 2020. It's gone from 219 billion to 434 billion. That's the green. The downside, and by the way, 2025 is proving these numbers wrong. This was published at the beginning of 2025. Our 2025 numbers are as strong as 2024. But the industry experts predicted that there would be a downturn and we would see a reduced amount of annuities sold. Why? Because there's a declining number of annuity agents selling annuities in the United States. And the number of agents who are selling are older than they ever have been. So because annuities need to be sold, even though there's huge demand, the industry is saying we're going to see a decline in the number of annuities sold because we don't have enough agents to meet the demand. When we saw this number, we shifted and changed our strategy entirely. And that's what we were working on from January through June of this year, shifting our efforts and focus, and creating, if you will, a road less traveled. I mean, we have experienced agents who are looking at us like we are crazy, and the answer is we are crazy. We're just crazy enough to change this industry dramatically. I've been meeting with life insurance carriers, and without exception, almost every time I finish my meeting, they say, "Oh, finally, somebody is doing what needs to be done in this industry." We went to a tech conference in Florida, and one of the carriers stood up and said, "You know, we're playing around with artificial intelligence, but nobody's focused on the big opportunity, and that is putting multi-agent AI in the hands of agents." And we sat in the audience saying, "Yeah, that's what we're doing." So if you look at this road, the shift in strategy, we recognize that most IMOs are competing for a shrinking pool of existing agents. And we wanted to get out of that competition as soon as possible. So we began to create tools that would allow us to effectively attract and process and a process to recruit and onboard and enable new agents and help them earn quickly. What we saw is that there was no significant independent marketing organization focusing on new agents. We wanted to be the first and the best. And we knew that that would take a lot different approach to this than anyone else has taken. It would take technology. We're kind of bundling this under the term Agent IQ. Software that would transform the conversation from commission splits to an AI platform that significantly increases the productivity of brand new agents and existing agents and empowers these agents to serve clients like industry veterans from day one. We believe the technology is there to create an opportunity for new agents that haven't existed. And our vision is to create a sustainable, low-cost, exponentially growth flywheel that dramatically expands the available agent pool. We have started this, and you're seeing the fruits of it over the last 90 days. As we have started to focus on life insurance agents who have not sold annuities and Medicare agents who need to expand into this space before Medicare becomes a commodity and agents are almost entirely excluded from that business with the technology that's coming. This is our pathway forward. And what we need, step one was to prime the pump and get recruiting flowing. What we recognized early on is that experienced annuity agents were making too much money in personal production, and many of them were at a stage in their career where they didn't want to shift and start recruiting agents. So we needed to focus on agents who saw the opportunity to create lifetime freedom by building an agency. We needed to recruit a different type of agent, and you have seen that we've made that shift. And what we have coming to the company now are entrepreneurs with experience in building independent sales force, and they're coming to us from the tops. Some of the top builders are joining our company and focusing on what we're doing. We're targeting life and Medicare agents, And we're getting thousands and thousands of leads of these Medicare and life agents who want to start selling annuities. And now we're creating, this is the red, we're in the process of creating recruiting systems and tools that not only help onboard, but help get these new agents up to speed immediately. Our focus now turns to creating systems that help them through the process and training to help make them effective. The way this works is we develop systems for agent productivity. You saw this in our performance pathway introduction. We now have a new booklet. What you see on the right is the cover of a new booklet. There's a digital booklet available to every agent in your business center. If you go to app.annuity.com, you can go to resources and you'll find this. You can download and learn all about the performance pathways that make clearly outline how new agents using team selling, experienced agents using qualified leads, and very senior agents who are can use the seminar performance pathway.
So
Can somebody mute themselves? Somebody's on a phone call.
colleges in January.
Thank you. That's helpful. So our performance pathway is the beginning of developing these systems to help onboard and make productive these new agents. We also are in the process of creating training to support these systems. And our training, this is not set in stone. I just want to give you a overview of what's in our head when we think about training. What you're going to see is that we're going to move to a training program that starts with recruiting new agents, a recruiting event for agents who don't sell annuities, and one for experienced agents. You're going to see a launch week put in place for new agents. Now, we've made some changes to this since we created it, but a whole week that'll help a new agent get off the ground and learn about their compensation, how to do business with a company, how to actually get onboarded and get their system set up, annuities one-on-one training, and then a breakout into performance pathways. We have had and will continue to have basic training for agents, product training, case training, selling skills. A Roy's event every Thursday to help you get questions answered from an expert who's been in the business and very successful. And then a team training and events on Friday. For those who want to build their own agency, we're developing a track to help you learn how to recruit, onboard, how to understand the compensation plan to your advantage, and how to be better leaders in helping your team grow. And then also encouraging you to lead your own team meetings on Fridays. And then for experienced agents who want to expand their production by working with new agents, we want to help you qualify to be part of our senior annuity agent program through a special training that will introduce you to your role and help you understand what expectations we have of a senior annuity agent. We'll go through some case training and make sure that you really do know how to identify the opportunities so you don't miss sales opportunities as you work with brand new agents. We want to make sure you get some tech training so that you're an expert in the technology. You can submit cases, follow up with cases, be able to track the cases as they go through the process and track commissions. And then some training on how to make sure you know how to close and the secrets of getting an annuity funded, getting the money from a 401k or an IRA or wherever it is into the carrier so that the policy can be funded. This is a comprehensive process that we're going to put in place to be able to make sure that we're providing our agents, no matter your desires and goals, the absolute best training you need to be able to succeed. So we're creating agent productivity through performance pathways, a training system to support it. But new agents need three things. They need, number one, to learn how to set appointments. If you're a new agent, I wouldn't worry about anything else. I don't care if you know what a SPIA is or a DIA is. I don't care if you know what an FIA is. The first thing you need to learn is just how to set appointments and start in conversations about retirement with friends and families 40 and older. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. You need to be matched with an experienced team seller. And we're in the process of recruiting and screening experienced agents to be part of this great program as we have what we think will be thousands of new agents join us in 2026. We want to make sure we have in place hundreds of experienced agents to be able to team sell with them. And then you're going to see us make a massive investment in technology to be able to provide to this industry and to our agents tools that no one has contemplated before. Today, if you stay with me, I'm going to demonstrate the first ever multi-agent annuity artificial intelligence system that we've created as proof of concept. And you're going to be one of the first to be able to see this. And that's coming. So hang on. So I just want to share with you a new video we created for new agents.
Welcome to Annuity.com. You're about to embark on a journey that can transform lives and build incredible financial futures. But let's be honest, getting started can feel a little overwhelming. But it doesn't have to be if you understand that every successful annuity sale follows a clear 5-step process. Step 1, secure the appointment. This is where it all begins, finding and engaging potential clients. Step 2, conduct the fact finder. Here, you gather comprehensive financial information to understand their needs and dreams. Step 3, perform the case design. You analyze their financial data and prepare the perfect annuity solutions tailored just for them. Step 4, present the plan with illustrations, painting a picture of their secure future. Step 5, close and manage money transfer. Finally, you secure the sale and help them transfer their money. Now you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot, but don't worry. There is a secret and it's simple. Are you ready? Here's the secret. You don't have to know all of this now. Forget about steps 2 through 5 for now. Your absolute singular focus right now is step 1, finding a client to talk with. But how do you do that? How do you start that conversation without feeling like a salesperson? We've made it simple with our WIN program. WIN stands for What is Your Number? It's a powerful, non-threatening way to start a conversation. You're not selling a product. You're helping someone discover the single most important number for their retirement. You find clients using the 2 wins a day program. That's your entire focus. Simply help 2 people a day find out how much they need to retire happily. Once you help someone discover their number, they'll naturally want to know how to reach it. And that's where the magic happens. You don't have to have all the answers. Your job is to start the WIN conversation, typically via text, and then let your senior annuity advisor take it from there. You don't have to be the expert. Your job is to watch, listen, and learn. Welcome to Annuity.com. Success is simple if you keep it simple and focus first on finding clients.
What we find too often is that agents are so overwhelmed with all that they need to know about annuities that they don't actually engage in the single most important activity that will make them money, and that is learning how to have conversations about retirement with their current life insurance care clients, with their Medicare clients, helping them understand what Medicare doesn't pay for, and learning to have those conversations. WIN is a shortcut to those conversations. Whether you use WIN or another way of having conversations about retirement, a brand new agent, your only goal is to be able to establish an opportunity for those those in your client base, to be able to meet with a senior annuity agent to be able to learn more about how they can secure their retirement. So our key to this program, once we teach new agents how to begin to set appointments, is our senior annuity agent program. These are the co-team sellers in the program. We're looking for agents who have proven annuity experience, individuals who are going to pass a little screening on case review to make sure that they see the opportunities when in fact finders. We're going to ask these new senior annuity agents to submit and produce at least $100,000 in new business with Annuity.com, so that we know they know how to submit business. We know that they're contracted with us, and we know that there won't be any delays once their new agents start getting them in front of clients. We're going to ask them to be subscribers to Lead Pro and to be able to learn how to use Lead Pro to track the progress of your clients. This will be key in many programs that we have coming in the future. We're going to be looking for individuals who are not only subscribing to Lead Pro, but who are using it to track business. And we're looking for individuals who are moving their business. Now, I mentioned this subscribing to Lead Pro. We have negotiated and are going to start a test with one of the largest and most respected lead providers in the industry. This lead provider has been collecting names. They're actually using one of our partners, Financialize, to vet those leads in a call center, and then those leads return to this organization. They have been selling these leads at $700 to $1,000 a piece, but they're no longer going to do that. What they're going to do is make these leads available on a commission split. Now, we, as Annuity.com, we're not part of this. We're not taking a split of this commission. This is a split between the company who's paying to get these leads vetted and available, and with any senior annuity agents who are interested in these leads. We're starting a test that'll be available to our senior annuity agents who've met this criteria and who will use Lead Pro, because we have to see the progress of these leads and be able to show this to our partner and be able to help them feel comfortable that these free leads that are being given out and the split is fair and being managed properly. But it's one of the type of benefits we're trying to put in place for senior annuity agents who qualify and who are willing to work with new agents to develop business. So that's coming, and it's exciting bonus for these new agents.
When's the rollout for that, Brett?
We are actually rolling it out with a couple of agents next week, and we'll see how it goes in terms of being able to roll out. We don't believe there's going to be we believe there's going to be plenty of leads, but being able to qualify, Barry, you've obviously done the production of that. We're going to process then of creating the list of senior annuity agents that could participate in that. Steve Carell is going to manage that. I would encourage you to connect with Steve. He's
Okay.
at sc@annuity.com. And he can work with you. Okay.
So, Brett, the recruiting video for new agents was brilliant. Is there one in the works for experienced agents? Because that's who I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the kids. I'm looking for people, that have experience in our business.
Yeah, we have a set of tools and a recruiting process that we've shared with some others, Barry. I'll send it to you and for you to be able to look at as well. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You bet. So as I mentioned to you, new agents need 1 to focus on clients, 2 senior agents to help team sell with them, and 3, we believe long-term, what they really need is new technology to shorten their learning cycle. What we're creating is artificial intelligence that's designed to empower all agents, regardless of their experience, to perform like seasoned veterans. This tool acts as an intelligent co-pilot, providing knowledge and expertise and across critical sales functions. It will simplify fact finding, it will optimize case design, and eventually create seamless client presentations. The future is amazing, and these tools allow us to do things we've never been able to do. And our agents are going to be able to take advantage of those as we move forward. Now, I'm going to pause for just a second. I threw a lot at you. I want to kind of go back to the slide I teased you with. Are there any questions or comments or anything you want to talk about relative to our strategic changes and focus?
Brett,
Sorry.
Michael Sullivan, new to the group.
Hey, Michael.
And I'm not sure how applicable the question is, but is there any risk or concern implementing that impressive, multi-agent AI to provide advice? As an example, lawyers can't rely on it as an example.
Yeah. Well, they can't rely on today's learning models because when they don't have information and they don't have access to tools, they make things up, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're in the process of moving that and creating validation and quality assurance that will help improve that. We still will want senior annuity agents who understand these products.
Yep.
We don't anticipate that a brand new agent will use this and go out and just make a sell without working
Right.
with an experienced agent. But Michael, from when it comes to suitability, I think our agents are gonna have rock solid suitability evidence that other agents just don't have, number
Yeah.
one. Number two, um, when we talk about security, financial security, our fact finder tools that we'll put in place will be so much more secure than a yellow pad and
Mhm.
copies of bank statements and brokerage accounts that our agents are currently taking from homes and taking to probably an unsecured office somewhere. We will be lock solid secure. And in fact, our agents won't actually know 99% of the data that we have available on a client, only be given information that's actionable. Again, and that will provide even more confidentiality and more security to your clients, not less.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. But the answer is we do have an annuity large learning language model, a chat GPT that's out there. It's a great tool to bounce ideas off. It's not a tool to guide you in suitability today, right? We're not there yet. So, Barry,
Brett, when does this webinar is so important. When does this become available, the recording, so that I can really watch it again? There's so much here that I would really like to go over.
good question, Milan. We usually try to get it within the same day, but it's usually by tomorrow. It's
Yeah.
available, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a process of uploading and just doing a quick edit and then getting it. So I would say end of day or certainly in the morning.
A follow-up to that is, Brett, in the Chat GPT, there are a couple of marketing people I'm connected to that are creating their own Chat GPT presentation like you just went over, so that we could go to chat and find that, that annuity.com hookup to be able to feed the info into. Am I out of bounds or?
Yeah. I don't know what current agents are doing. I can tell you that the tool that we have, the gentleman we have working on this is in a private island off the coast of Portugal. He's one of 20 developers that was invited to go and be part of an open source worldwide developer meeting where
Wow.
they're solving world problems. And this is what happened. He's there for 7 weeks. The first week it's get to know you and they talk about the latest in technology and what's up to date. And then every Monday they identify a major world problem and they start developing, and they have 7 days to develop a solution, all open source, all open code, and finalize and finish that and make it available by Friday. He is extraordinarily brilliant, and he's been in the banking and government sector. He understands regulatory, he understands compliance. The tools we're building are extraordinary. Our current process, we're in the process of raising the money we need to accelerate the development of this technology and to bring it to market. But we're working on the background to put in place the plumbing and the data necessary for it.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
Brett, can I ask? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Michael, I think you were about the question about the case prep or whatever it is. I do use ChatGPT for case preparation. The difference is the regular ChatGPT is it's only reactive, right? So whatever you ask it, it's going to go out, come back, give you the answer. What I found with the ChatGPT is you get different rules, different states for annuities, or you get different rules for taxes and those things. It's really good for that. If you know what to ask it, you can build out a really good plan. I think what I'm seeing the difference here is that there's a memory bank within this next, and what Brett was showing, where it's not reactive.
Yeah.
It's reactive in the sense that it's not going to just know what you're thinking, but at least I think what it does is it's able to say, here's the type of person you're dealing with, here's what you're looking for, here's all of the different areas in which this is going to be able to give you a really good, suitable answer that is suitable in the sense of suitability, plus it's going to make sense to the client. And I think when you look over time, the differentiation is that the plans are going to be well thought out, planned out. And one of the things that I put into ChatGPT all the time is, as I'm creating a plan, remember that if another advisor were to look at this, I don't want them to be able to do or undo anything that I'm building into this plan. And I think that's where you're going to find that, in our business, that if an agent doesn't take care of their client, somebody can easily come around and they can take the client right out of your hands. In this case, they're not going to be able to do that. I don't want to say it's bulletproof. I will say it's steel proof. This is the only thing that's going to get through is kryptonite.
Yeah.
We haven't, I don't know what the kryptonite, but this is to me the difference between your normal ChatGPT and what I see in this process. And the other thing is HIPAA. I would assume that, people are going to be asking, is this HIPAA approval because of all the questions, or where you get them? If it weren't, and this is all public, right? Right? All of this information is public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to say the reason that the current learner's language models in part are struggles because they don't have access to actual product. So they can get an agent super excited about the possibility of doing something, but the math isn't anywhere near what the actual product payouts are. So you get super excited about a solution that actually is only theoretical and doesn't work. So let's move on.
Whoa, 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 don't leave that yet. I mean, this is really, really exciting to me. I don't know if you can't tell. You have access to all carrier product data.
Yeah, the answer is yes, the carriers are happy to
Wow.
be able to make that available. But listen, we're not going to introduce this in a week or 2 weeks,
I understand.
right? This is 2026 kind of stuff. I'm just giving you. I've talked a lot about what we're talking about, and people are using AI and they think that we're like other companies. I just wanted to give our agents a peek under the tent of what we're really talking about as we talk about our future and why we're raising money. Now, before you leave, any of you interested in learning how you might be able to add an extra $1 million to your net worth? Would that be kind of interesting? We have a challenge in the company, and the challenge is this, that the annuity into producing and selling annuities is so lucrative that it's hard for people to see the long-term benefit in building an agency. What I really believe is that the agents who learn how to build an agency will be much better off long term than the agents who are only personal producing. Do I want agents who personally produce? Absolutely. If you decide not to build an agency, do I want you to go somewhere else? No, I want to be the most attractive for you if you're only producing. But I needed a little bit of a program put in place to help us kind of jumpstart our agency builder program a little bit and get to a place where I have we have the success stories to be able to show what I believe is true, and that is that you're going to have agencies who are going to be agents who are going to be making more money and consistent money and residual money in the agency builder program, not just in personal production. So I I wanted to introduce this today. We have these things called lawyers, and the lawyers have made it so that I can't introduce it yet. The goal is to launch by October 1st, though. So those of you who are here, I'm going to give you a peek under the tent of the next incentive program that we are planning at annuity.com for our agents. And I'm calling it, and again, it might change once our attorneys decide that, hey, Brett, that's not, I'm calling it the race to a million. But I can't find the race to a million now all of a sudden. Here we go. Okay. So the Race to a Million is a new incentive program created to reward agency builders. As I mentioned, I believe agency building is the key to long-term wealth. And so I wanted something to help accelerate agency building. This program is designed to provide an opportunity to earn stock for agency builders. As some of you know, you don't have to be licensed agents to build an agency with us. And there are agents who are here without a license and they don't have an opportunity to earn stock in the company. It creates rewards that encourage advancement in the agency builder program. So if you look at the agency builder program, you can pretty well decide how you're going to earn in this. It will reward the top earner with enough stock to be a millionaire. In fact, we believe, I can't promise this, but I would project out that when this stock is awarded, it'll be worth 2 million, not $1 million to the top earner. And it also creates a pool with additional stock for all the other participants to share that'll include an additional $1 to $3 million in total stock for other builders. It includes quarterly qualifying to those who are opening up new degrees of pay, and it includes a larger pool for just building an organization over time. Our goal is to launch this October 1st as we come out. Again, it's a race to a million. I have never had the opportunity, and I've been involved in large companies before, to be able to introduce a program anywhere near this lucrative for those who are building a business or building an organization. We are in a very unique place from a stock standpoint where our stock is about to have significant appreciation. And I want to take advantage of that and create an incentive for agents who want to go out and build an agency and build a team. So watch your inbox for Race to a Million to get all the details. It's coming soon. It should be exciting for those of you who have committed to building an agency. Again, it's all about producers and being able to get agents who are producing. So whether you're producing or not producing, you have them. We have gone over by 5 minutes. I have another presentation that I have to give. I'm supposed to start at 10 o'clock. But are there any other questions I can answer for you? I usually give a lot more time for questions. I'm sorry I didn't this time because we have so much I wanted to share. Hopefully you felt like this was worth your time coming to get a little bit of a sneak peek. And I'm going to do my best to reward all the agents who come to this call on the third Tuesday. So get your team there, okay?
Amen.
All right. Listen, I continue to say this, and I believe it today more than ever. I believe the opportunity when I started, I thought if we could get to 1 billion, this is going to be a great company. I now believe that annuity.com will be producing somewhere between 50 and $100 billion in annuities every year. I believe we will be the most recognized consumer brand when it comes to annuities. And we have a plan to get there. I believe that the agents who join us now in our infancy will be rewarded in whatever way you choose to join us and be part of us. We have an opportunity that to me is massive. And it's not just because of where we are, it's because we started with no technology debt at a place where I believe the industry is going to continue to grow from 434 billion to 2.3 trillion. At 2.3 trillion, we only need 5% market share to do 50 to 100 billion dollars. The opportunity is huge. And it's not an opportunity I'm creating out of the blue sky. It's an opportunity that we're growing into because of the number of retirees and the over $90 trillion available for rollovers that is out there and growing now. So I'm grateful you're part of this. We're doing everything to make it a place that you want to be and you want to tell other people about. And we hope you'll join us every third Tuesday. Have a great month. Continue up forward. See you later.
Good job. Good job, Brett.
Thank you.